The Worship Hour is a Christian contemporary music bulletin of the Philippine Christian fan-made broadcasters. All songs featured are duly owned by its respective groups and individuals. Duplication and illegal broadcast of this episode is strictly prohibited. Mega Manila's Christ-centered teaching and music.
Stand by, I'll be right there.
Your friend on air and online from MSRI Manila.
Morning Star Radio.
Ito ang 702 DZJS Jesus Saves. Gagapay mo sa katotohanan. Miyembro ng Philippine Christian Fan-Made Broadcasters at kapisanan ng mga fan-made broadcasters ng Pilipinas. You're listening to koolFM. koolFM is a TVH Group of Networks radio station. Tondo's greatest hits are here.
Good morning, and welcome to Hello Pilipinas. Today is October 27, 2024, and we will be here to cover the latest lives happenings and entertainment happenings along with good vibes right here. Yes, today, as you may notice, we have got a little bit different here. So that is because since yesterday of TWC, we have already decided to move most of the koolFM live programming to the brand new, what do you call it? We have already moved the koolFM. That we have already, but not yet. But at this tomorrow. But since the TWC, Geometric made a proposal to move all of the koolFM live programs except koolNews, Hello Pilipinas, which is this program, and music automation programs. I mean selected music automation programs rather, because we have rock weekdays, we have CS Musica, we have pop Fridays, K music, popping rapping Sundays, Tabayan the Chit Chit, and yeah, these are the programs that will stay for the Yo server, where they can go to the koolFM music where they can go to the koolFM music for the music automation, while the rest of the live programming will for like at the prime time will be heard at the brand new Discord server that is Fan-Made Archives. Yes, it will be held now on the brand new Fan-Made Archives server instead. So keep that in mind. So, and finally, for the koolNews and Hello Pilipinas operations, we are having a private voice channel here, which means we when we do live operations of koolNews, and same thing for the Hello Pilipinas. This is only visible to one of our DJs here, myself included, and yeah, it's not visible to the public. So this is the private operations where we do here. So again, it's not visible. Only the koolFM music, which is a brand new stage replacing the old koolFM stage. Well, I mean, what you see is when I meant the koolFM music it's meant that it's only for the music automation programs, not all of them. So yeah, again, koolFM Prime Time will not be held in Fan-Made Archives Discord server. Music automation programs that relies on the music bots will stay in Go server. And for the koolNews and Hello Pilipinas, this is where we will do it in this voice channel as we speak. So yeah, brand new announcements, brand new updates. You heard me right. That's how it is. This is a brand new structure of koolFM, and most of the programs that are automated to replay it will now only be heard through Zeno and online radio box. Again, it will now only be heard on Zeno and online radio box. Alright, with that out of the way, let's begin. So, it looks like my mini PC is off for this morning, so I cannot use it. So unless therapy decides to turn on, well, I'm going to search it here on my computer instead. So yeah. Anyways, let's see what's here. Okay, here it is. We have the first one here, that is why you don't actually need to spend all day at the gym to grow. And that is a very good question here. So this is coming from Inquiry Lifestyle here. Okay, so let's see. Let's just double check. Alright, looks like the mini PC is not turned on, so that's okay. Alright, so let's do the screen share. Okay, so here it is. Here is the screen share of the what we will be covering this morning here. So yeah, again, this is coming from Inquiry Lifestyle. So yeah, this is coming from Inquiry Lifestyle. Why you don't actually need to spend all day at the gym to grow. So let's get into that now. I have a first world gym problem. This is coming from the author. They like spending a lot of time at the gym, but I actually always have a lot of time to spend at the gym. Or sometimes they also want to get out of there as fast as they can, because they just want to bump. So yeah. Very good here. Very good question. There are times, too many even, when the lazy part of us wants the fastest way to make or maintain their gains without spending more than an hour. So what's a lazy gym rat to do? For those looking to build muscle, the conventional wisdom has always been to spend time buttering the target body part so you can grow a good routine. That's because there is a focus on proper form that usually means lifting a manageable weight. And when you do that, it takes a while for your body to feel the burn, especially if you have been doing this for quite some time. The typical formula is that every gym goer is taught to do at least 3 sets per hypertrophy. So yeah, Canadian bodybuilder Jeff Nippert research shows that you can spark measurable muscle growth with only 2 sets per exercise, totally 4 sets per week. But for those who are looking for a way to be in and out of the gym as quickly as possible, you can cheat this long-held tenet of working out. What if you could still make your growth gains in only 2 sets? This is the hack that science-based Canadian bodybuilder Jeff Nippert has put for those who don't have time. His research shows that you can spark measurable muscle growth with only 2 sets per exercise, totaling 4 sets per week, meaning it is possible to cut down gym time considerably when you apply it to the long term. So yeah, let's watch this one here. Give me one moment. Alright, so here is the YouTube shorts demonstrating how it is.
What's the least amount of work you can do and still make gains? Most people do 3 sets per exercise, but what if you only did 2 sets? Would you make half the gains? Or what if you only did 1 set? Would you make any gains at all? Well, there's science to answer this. For strength, just 1 heavy set done 2 to 3 times per week will build strength in most people. Here's a study showing that. For health, it's even less. Just 1 hour of lifting per week is enough to reduce risk of death from all causes by about 30%. And for any muscle to grow, just 4 hard sets per week can spark measurable muscle growth. 4 sets per week. For your chest, that could look like this. 2 hard sets of flat bench on Monday, 2 hard sets of cable flies on Thursday, done. Remember, 6-time Mr. Olympia Dorian Yates built his chest off exactly that. 4 sets per week that may not yield maximum gains for you, but it will yield noticeable gains. And any amount of training you do is a lot better than not training at all.
That is the simple YouTube shorts you just saw here. Of course, he is right. Of course, for those who want to reach certain goal, it's not a 100% shortcut to your best gains, as there are some caveats to Network's research. First is the caveat that in order to achieve some muscle growth, you still need 4 sets per exercise a week. If that means cutting down one set of 10 to 20 reps from a single workout section, it also means that you will have to go back to the gym after 3 or so days to hit that part again with 2 more sets. Either you have the time to spend on 4 sets in a single session, or you set aside more days in your week to go to the gym. If you're pressed for time, either scenario may not be ideal. Second is that they need to be hard and intense sets. Intensity in lifting means you're pushing your muscles to the limit, close to for failure. You can't be lifting light weights just to maintain good form. The tank must be empty and you'll feel really sore because you push yourself. That is correct. Whether you end up sticking with 2 or 3 sets a session, or whether you get to do 4 sets a week or all for 2 or more sessions, any lifting is good for your body. Third, and possibly the least of your concerns, is that muscle growth isn't fully optimal when trained this way. Network makes the distinction that you will only be getting noticeable muscle growth. However, this only really matters if you're trying to max out the gains you could get for the many people, and you know the noticeable growth is already aware. In the end, whether you end up sticking with 2 or 3 sets a session, or whether you get to do 4 sets a week over 2 or more sessions, any lifting is good for your body. Exercise, especially for at least 1 hour a week, has been shown to reduce the risk of cancer anywhere from 30 to 41%, depending on what you do. The beauty of training and physical activity is that you can always adapt to your circumstances as long as you do get to move. So that is the headline from Romero Morgan of Inquiry Lifestyle, explaining why you don't need to spend all day at the gym to grow your muscles. So yeah, very good read indeed, and also a good YouTube short from Jeff Networks. All right, with that here, we're gonna look for more here before we head to the commercials. So yeah, one moment here. Okay. It looks like okay, so yeah, we have, wait a minute, we already covered this yesterday. Sorry guys, yeah, we're not gonna cover it again, but yeah. Okay, so it looks like we don't have any much lifestyle happenings to cover for what's new here. The only thing that is new is about the gym muscles that we have covered earlier. So yeah, we won't be covering that. We won't be covering the same headlines again that we have covered yesterday here, except maybe we can cover the Amor, the brand new hit from SOS, which we will cover later right here. Alright, it is now 7:13 in the morning. We will get back into more lifestyle happenings along with the good vibes right here on Hello Pilipinas. So stick around people, we will be right back.
Champion na. Present lagi sa school, pag champion sa laba. Gumimik with ate, dahil may champion na. Lambingan with happy, champion ako dyan. Kung gustong mag-shopping, mag-champion ka. Mag-movie marathon, mabilis lang maglaba. Kung gusto nyong mag-swimming, tara mag-champion na. Lahat ng gusto nyo, mamadaming time. Champion! Tanggal mancha sa damit ni tatay, t-shirt ni kuya, mabango na rin. May quick wash technology ang champion. Family bonding ng priority ko. Salamat sa champion! Champion na! Mamadaming time sa lahat ng gusto nyo. Mamadaming time. Champion detergent ang gamit ko. Champion na!
Public Service Announcement. The National Telecommunications Commission, or NTC, informs the public that it has received reports regarding individuals pretending to be personnel or employees of the NTC. According to several reports received by the NTC Consumer Welfare and Protection Division, scammers' calls have victims and threatened them, claiming that their phone number is involved in a scam. The victim is then coerced into giving money to supposedly avoid criminal charges and have their mobile numbers removed from the added list of scammers. The NTC strongly reminds the public to be extra cautious against this type of a modus operandi. Such calls are a form of scams and are not legitimate. If you have information about this type of scam, you may report it to the NTC for immediate action through the following official channels.
Complaint link at www.ntc.gov.ph. For email, send it at contratechscam@ntc.gov.ph or at consumer@ntc.gov.ph. For calls, you may call 1682, 24/7's consumer hotline, or the numbers 892044464 or 892677722 and 892132251. And for Region 4A, you may call on 043-723-2495 from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday to Friday. The NTC appreciates members of the public who have reported this form of deception.
Ohio! Don't you love it when good mornings start like this? Then like this. And then, wait for it.
A morning cup of soup?
Yes, soup. Try new Ajinomoto Soup and Go and make it your new morning habit.
Comes in creamy corn, creamy potato, or creamy pumpkin.
Great with bread too.
Ohio, soup and go. Ajinomoto.
Sabi ng Bini, mag-Rexona lagi. Ang #1 Dio Lotion ng bayan. 8 pesos SRP lang. Bili na!
Lampin Baby Diaper, ang lampin ng bayan. From Megasop Hygienic Products, available in open tape and baby pants.
Pag in the mood for beach, time for Dunkin' Iced Spanish Latte.
Pag sweater weather, time for Dunkin' Brewed Coffee.
Pag nagkayaya ang magbike, time for Dunkin' Iced Americano.
Anytime is Dunkin' Coffee time. My hot and iced coffee for any moment, any vibe, anytime. Eh, ikaw? Time for Dunkin' Coffee, hot or iced.
Ane, alam mo ba pag may diabetes, humihina ang immune system. Kaya sabi ng mga pro, araw-araw mag-Immune Pro.
The only one with Zinc Plus technology. Kaya buo ang vitamin C at zinc at most prescribed by doctors. Tulungang palakasin ang immune system with proper diet and exercise. Magtiwala sa Pro. Immune Pro.
Unilab yan.
Sodium ascorbate plus zinc is the generic name of Immune Pro. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Hirap magpahinga? May mga gamot para dyan. Pero, relax. Mag-efficacent oil. Sa unang amoy at hagod, ramdam ang ginhawa na trusted by all. Unahin ang trusted ginhawa. Unahin ang efficacent.
Methyl salicylate plus menthol plus camphor is a generic name of efficacent oil. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Maiinit na balita at issue, tatalakayin, bubusisiin, susolusyonan ni Manoy. Manoy Wilbert Lee, dito sa Ulat ni Manoy.
Ito po si Manoy Wilbert Lee. Kamakailan, may nasakoteng 2 milyong halaga ng smuggled na sibuyas sa Maynila at may 200 milyong halaga ng smuggled meat sa Bulacan. Sa harap ng talamak na gawain ito ng mga demonyo at kriminal, nananawagan tayo sa agarang pagpapatupad ng nalagdaan ng Anti-Agricultural Economic Sabotage Act na tayo ang principal author sa pagpapanagot sa mga agri-smugglers, hoarders, price manipulators at cartel. Mapoprotektahan ang kabuhayan ng ating mga local food producers, maiengganyo silang pataasin ang ani, dadami ang supply at bababa ang presyo sa merkado. Sampulan at panugutin na ang mga pumapatay sa kabuhayan ng ating mga food security soldiers.
Hanggang sa susunod na ulat ni Manoy. Manoy Wilbert Lee.
Coco Martin po, certified Argentina corned beef lover. Kasi naman, ang hibla, malaman. Made with 100% real beef pa. At masarap talaga. Hinahanap-hanap kita. Sarap ng Argentina. Sa presyong abot kaya, promise. Busog ang araw-araw ko. As part of 3 complete meals.
Buy Buhag-Haggard Hair, Hello Cream Silk Vitamin Boost. Pinalaki with 30% more versus 10 ml Unilever sachet for all day no buhag-hag. It's a non-conditioning shampoo and with regular use for up to 24 hours. Mag Cream Silk Vitamin Boost every day.
Alright, welcome back to Hello Pilipinas, and let's continue with the lifestyle happenings. Let's begin. Whoops. Hold on. Hang on, huh? Sorry. Yeah. I just remember I just woke up here. All right. One moment here. Alright, here it is. So we're gonna head to the next one, and that is the latest single from SOS, which is a Filipino alternative band. Here we go. So they have been quite quite a while now, 16 years to be exact. Whether you have grown up with them as a male back when they were known as Shane's Only 16, or if you're a Gen Z or Gen Alpha who discovered the music on the internet, their influence on the local music industry is undeniable. With a successful full-length album and a number of EPs under their belt, SOS is showing no signs of slowing down compared to many of the peers. So what's next for SOS? Well, yeah, that was also released. So yeah, on October 26th, our long-time followers will be in for a treat with the release of an old fan favorite song, More, which was finally recorded in the year of our Lord 2024, 12 whole years after it was first played live. Their members collectively decided it was time to give the people what they want after being pressured to perform the track at various gigs and shows. Amor was okay. Amor was recorded and reworked with a fresh take from the band in collaboration with producer and fellow musician. The musician Tim Marquez of One Click Street. Now fans can expect a more polished, go-on version of Amor and finally listen to the record online. SOS Roberto Sena, King Puente Spina, Ancho Silva, Andrew Panopio, and Ram Alonso fill us on all the details about the highly anticipated track as well as their upcoming sophomore album due out early next year. Amor is one of SOS's older unreleased songs, a fan favorite even, but it's only being recorded and eventually released this month. What made you guys decide to let it out into the world just now? So this is the interview questions here, asked by, I believe that is Fernandez. So they're asking the questions. So here it is. So this is what they answered. It's funny because when we have shows, there's always that one guy from the crowd who would request more. It's more on the lines of we heard you and now we're giving it to you. Where we decided to record. Finally decided to record the album that we wanted to record and produce years ago. Plus, I'm glad we rated it because it really sounds a lot better and raged better than it was. And it's the best version of Amor that the band could have done, and we have so excited to finally release it to the world as a record. So, and what's the story behind Amor's writing and lyrics? Roberto Sena answered, Amor was also just a simple love song if you have ever heard it live or seen videos of it online. In 2024, I decided to give it a little facelift. Long story short, I am no longer seeing that person and I myself am so much different from 10 years ago. You could call it a little life update. We're alright then. We're alright now. So this is what they answered. The last time we worked with a producer was on our first album. Since then, we have learned to create everything ourselves, so this time around, we had more confidence in communicating what we wanted with him. It makes for better collaborative work since we still co-produce the track with him. He's great to work with and pretty much a genius with all the indefinite yet decisive ideas he has in head. He's an energetic guy and he definitely helped to give the song new life since I personally was very sick of the song. I recall pointing out to King that my recent favorite local songs from Enel Mori stood in one click straight were traceable with the Team Martes invisible line, so to speak, he laughed. As expected, Team brought the simplicity and groove to Amor that only a fresh set of ears can bring. Having another producer was also a great exercise for SOS to trim the fat in production and stick to a new direction. It's funny because we have shows, there's always that one guy from the crowd who expects more. So it's more of the on the lines of we hurt you and now we're giving it to you, says King Quintespina. You can definitely hear a lot of influence in the new album, and the process has been really fun, even though it's taking us a while. It's not exactly a familiar sound for SOS, but I think it's a deeper take on the previous releases in terms of process. We're taking our time polishing the songs in the studio, especially with the mixing. I think it's going to be worth it. I think after pretty much 60 years with SOS, the brand is collectively entering a new stage in life. Everyone lives in different towns now, everyone's trying to make it in different fields, and time is very scarce these days. It's harder to keep track of things and keep the engine running hot, but what will hold everything together regardless of life stages is that we're all best friends. We're all each other's brothers, and that bond goes beyond work. So that in itself is an easy reason to keep going regardless of any and all changes that come our way. The band and the music we make and the shows we play as a collection of the good times we have together. And time only makes more of these. SOS forever, and then he laughed. The path to making SOS great is often blurred, but I always tell myself that our future selves will thank us for this work. We're here to make records and make a mark in our listeners' lives. Personally, no matter no matter how no matter how low we make fly with all the work that self promotion entails, as long as the music we put still hits, we're on the right track. Apart from listening to more on all listening platforms this weekend, you can also catch SOS Live as they celebrate the release of the song, which was already released, at Apoteca in Ablosyon, Makati City. So yeah. People, definitely definitely a very nice read here. As yeah, a very definitely a nice read from Inquire, and again, congratulations to Amar for finally releasing their fan favorite song SOS to the being recorded at the record group. So yeah, congratulations again to SOS. So yeah. And as looks like I have some little problems here, let me just brush my teeth. Hang on for a bit. Hang on. Alright, I'm back. I'm all now feeling good. Now let's get into the entertainment happening, since I think that is all what we have here. Alright, looks like it's also slow here, so alright then. So anyways, we will be covering another one that we might have missed here, so let's get into that right now. Alright, so another good vibes let's have another good vibes of celebrities donating to Typhoon Christine victims. With the Philippines recovering from Super Typhoon Christine, many celebrities, including Donnie Pagilian and Sarah Geronimo, took time off their busy schedules to help their fellow countrymen. Pagilian, while donning a pink raincoat and a black baseball cap, visited the Museo ng Pag-asa in Quezon City to donate relief goods to the victims, as seen on Angat Buhay's Instagram page on Thursday, October 24. Heartfelt thanks to Donnie for personally delivering relief goods at the Angat Buhay office. Maraming salamat sa walang sawang pakikipagbayanihan, the post read. And you can see Donnie doing the donations work. G Studios, owned by Geronimo and her husband Mateo Sally, partnered with Angat Buhay and start training posts to organize a donation drive for the victims of Super Typhoon Christine. The production house will accept in-kind donations such as food, water, hygiene kits, flashlights, blankets, detergent powder, brand new or used clothes, power banks, towels, and diapers for babies, among others. And here is the post. So if you guys are interested in bringing your own donations, this is what you will need here. You can bring your rice, canned goods, instant noodles, biscuits, bottled water, that's for the food and water, hygiene kits, soap, toothbrushes and toothpaste, shampoo, sanitary napkins, diapers, and the other essentials is flashlights and batteries, power banks, detergent powder, used or brand new clothes, sanitized and in good condition, blankets, and towels. So yeah, this is how it's being done. Singer-songwriter Ordinary organized a donation drive at the entrance of the Arena Coliseum, where fans can give cash or in-kind goods to the victims. This coincided with his concert on Friday, October 25, which pushed to despite the effects of the Super Typhoon. So again, very good from the artist. Several Campamento stars, including Bini and Yor Volante, Kayla Estrada, Bina Morales, and Katie Estrada participated in ABS-CBN's Tulong Tulong Hanggang Dulo Operation Christine digital donation drive. The show, which was live streamed on October 25, was organized by the media giant to accept cash donations. And finally, Drag Race Philippines Season 2 winner, Captivating Kat, who goes by the pronouns she, her, visited the Angat Buhay headquarters to participate in donation efforts for the victims. Just go home from Angat Buhay page headquarters. Just want to thank and commend these volunteers for their dedication to help our kababayans, she wrote on X. Kaitlyn Alcantara, Kate Valdez, Paul Salas, and Mickey Quintos were among the Sparkle celebrities who took part in GMA's Operation Bayanihan Bagyong Christine Telethon. So yeah, again, good vibes from the celebrities, and we really thank the celebrities who work hard to donate to the affected victims. I am very thankful that we are all in the same page, and we are just amazed how they're giving back to the people on helping, on assisting those. And I really wish I would be part of the charity drive, but again, I can't go out right now just to be safe. But yeah, I would, if I was them, I would definitely go out and donate to those affected victims one day, because I really love to help them. I really do. It really is. So yeah, that's another good vibes of celebrities giving relief efforts to Christine affected victims. Alright, with that, it's now 7:41 in the morning. We will get ready for the koolNews early edition on Hello Pilipinas, where we will cover the recap of yesterday's headlines along with the today's headlines right here. So stick around, people. We will be right back.
Pag crispy pata ang ulam ni Bunso, masakit daw sa ngipin. Aray! Pag laging nagtutoothbrush with Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, ang tibay ng ngipin ko! Versus non-fluoride calcium carbonate toothpaste. Colgate, ngiping matibay. Ngiping palaban. With regular use.
Pamaskong padala, ML Kwarta padala, mula sa M. Lulian, mabilis, madali, maaasahan. Kwartang pinag-irapan, pinag-ipunan sa M. Lulian, ang hindi nagkakaingatan. Padalang kinakailangan, labis na inaasahan, mabilis makakarating sa paroronan. ML Kwarta padala, pamilya padala, padalang galing sa puso.
Would you like to be the best version of yourself? Then start now. We always got your back when it comes to keeping your skin healthier and glowing. Take care of your skin even more with Glutaflex soap with Moisture Magnet. An ultra-mild 2-in-1 face and body soap bar. Mino-moisturize ang dry skin. Nililinis ang skin without irritation. Inaalis ang dark spots. At pinapaputi ang skin. Iba ang ganda kapag maganda ang skin. Start your year right with Glutaflex soap with Moisture Magnet. Lovable and free.
With Sprite, kayang-kaya mo yan. Cool ka lang, steady ka lang muna, mag-Sprite ka lang dyan. Vice ganda!
And my for Max Saver Sulit Busog Meals.
Huwag nang gumastos ng sobra-sobra pa.
99 pesos na lang, sulit busog ka na.
Ang mabusugera.
Extra rice sa ireramba. Extra busog sa Crispy Chicken Filet Meal at Crispy Chicken Filet Ala King Meal na may extra rice na. 99 pesos lang in all stores.
Max Saver Sulit Busog Meals, 99 pesos na lang. Ang mabusugera.
Where does your power really come from?
Power to learn.
Power to cure. Power to create.
Power to connect with loved ones. Hello? Mom!
At Aboitiz Power, we aim to provide reliable and sustainable energy. Powering you and life. Aboitiz Power. We power you.
Paano ka mag-online shopping ngayon? Bayad muna bago bukas parcel? Online shopping with ShopSafe. Bukas parcel bago bayad. Introducing M. Luelier's newest iwas scam service, ShopSafe. ShopSafe is an online escrow service which connects buyers and sellers safely online on Facebook Marketplace, Instagram, and Carousel. Magaan ang online shopping with ShopSafe. Download the Amcash app now or visit mluelier.com to learn more about it. Shop smart, sell safe with ShopSafe.
Talagang tuwang-tuwa ka pa sa pagligo sa alulod, ha? Umuwi kang ang bata ka at maligo.
Maghugas ka ng maigi, ha? Galing ka pa sa bukid,
Hugasan mo yung kutsara bago mo gamitin. Baka naihian niya ng daga.
Walang pinipiling lugar ang leptospirosis. Sa school, sa daan, kahit pa sa iyong tahanan. Maglinis, magmasid, mag-ingat. labanan ng leptospirosis. Kung may posibleng exposure, konsul tayo sa pinakamalapit na health facility. Para sa libreng konsulta at reseta, tumawag sa DOH Hotline 1555.
Whirlpool Appliances brings you a new era of home living, where we are all about sensing what matters. Elevating your lifestyle has never been easier. From Whirlpool washers that adapt to your laundry needs, to refrigerators that extend the freshness of your food items. As an American pride for over 110 years, Whirlpool is dedicated to creating innovations that truly matter. Experience the Whirlpool Sixth Sense innovation. Whirlpool, sensing what matters today. Making your world a little easier. Whirlpool.
Buy Buhag Haggard Hair. Hello Cream Silk Vitamin Boost. Pinalaki with 30% more versus 10 ml Unilever sachet for all day no buhaghag. It's a non-conditioning shampoo and with regular use for up to 24 hours. Mag Cream Silk Vitamin Boost every day.
Hirap magpahinga? May mga gamot para dyan. Pero, relax. Mag Efficacent Oil. Sa unang amoy at hagod, ramdam ang ginhawa na trusted by all. Unahin ang trusted ginhawa. Unahin ang Efficacent.
Methyl salicylate plus menthol plus camphor is a generic name of efficacent oil. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Takbo na sa pinakamalapit na Home Along. Cash in or installment, pwede dito. Get a chance to win your dream motorcycle. Purchase any Prestige, Round, and Sakura appliances, and for every 3,000 peso single receipt, you are entitled for one raffle ticket, making lives better at Home Along. Promo runs to March 31, 2025. Kaya sa Home Along, tara na!
Saktong tapang sarap na ang Nescafe Classic dahil pinagsama ang tapang ng dark roast beans at sarap ng light roast beans sa bawat higop. Sarap nga, tikman ang Nescafe Classic.
Big and small, meron yan. Big and small, meron yan. For big and small, pamilihan needs, Mr. DIY. Sulit yan. Meron yan. Ito ang sulit na pamilihan sa buong bayan. For big and small, pamilihan needs, Mr. DIY.
Ohio! Don't you love it when good mornings start like this? Then like this. And then, wait for it. A morning cup of soup? Yes, soup. Try new Ajinomoto Soup and Go and make it your new morning habit.
Comes in creamy corn, creamy potato, or creamy pumpkin.
Great with bread too.
Ohio, Soup and Go.
Ajinomoto.
Get supercharged with BLDT Home Fiber Unli All. Unli mobile calls. Double the speed Unli Fiber versus previous plan. And Unli Signal. Get all these for just $139.99. Visit any BLDT Home booth to apply. Get supercharged with BLDT Home Fiber Unli All. Unli mobile calls. Double the speed Unli Fiber versus previous plan. And Unli Signal. Get all these for just $139.99. Visit any BLDT Home booth to apply.
Pasko na naman! Ang saya at ang sarap ng Pasko ay tulad lang naman ng pagbabago ng kutis ko. Alagang-alaga ako ng gandang natural herbal soap. Kaya naman, ang laki ng pagbabago. Mga kati-kati at tigyawat ay wash out. Kaya ngayong Pasko, sadyang masaya ako. Maggandang natural papaya with tawas and turmeric soaps, kinu-whitening ka na rin, my dear. Available na sa mga botika, drugstores, groceries, Shopee at Lazada.
Kung papipiliin kung anong kakainin, gulay ang aking tanging bilhin. Persil, repolyo at carrots, masustansyang talaga. Broccoli at cauliflower, puno ng vitaminas. Saro, bell pepper at saka sayote. Masarap na iulam, champion na putahe. Mabuti sa katawan, the best sa isipan. Mga gulay ang superstar sa aming kainan. Tara na't kumain at tangkilikin. Gulay na nakahain, huwag palalampasin. Roxanile pa, punoy-puno ng sustansya. Gulay number one.
Ang mensaheng ito ay handog sa inyo ng Department of Agriculture at ng hipilang ito.
Sing along to the music.
Live
from Cool Studios, this is koolNews Early Edition.
All right, fellow goodbye to you, to everyone, and welcome to koolNews Early Edition on Hello Pilipinas. It's October 27, 2024, and here are the headlines for this morning. Heavy rain and geography became a deadly combination when Storm Luzon was inundated as the winter because of Christine swept across the country last week, triggering flash floods and landslides, which disaster officials blamed for most of the 85 deaths reported on Saturday. The Office of Civil Defense said that the Calabarzon region, comprised of Cavite, Laguna, Batangas, Rizal, and Quezon, had the highest number of deaths at 48, followed by the Bicol region with 28. The Cordillera Autonomous region reported 2 deaths, and the Ilos and Zamboanga Peninsula regions had 1 each. The OCD said 41 were still missing and 70 were reported injured as of Saturday. Flooding was most widespread in the Bicol region. The National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council said on Saturday that 584 areas remain flooded in various towns in the 15 regions affected by Christine, from the Ilos region down to Mindanao. Gilmore Molina Jr., Director of the Mines and Geoscience Bureau, Bicol, explained that some of the worst flooded areas from the 3rd District of Upper Province going to Naga City and the towns of Milamor, Tapusao, and Limpanan area in Cambasor were part of the Bicol River Basin and the water catch basin of these provinces. He said the floodwater in these areas would usually subside easily, but there could be other factors, including the fact that the rainfall between Tuesday and Wednesday was so heavy that it did not drain that fast. If it retards and there were changes in the flow and situation, like 700 milliliter of water, which is huge, we cannot immediately expect that it will recede. And because of floods, there may be debris that clogs that it must be cleared first. Molina told the Inquirer in a phone interview on Saturday. Naga City Mayor Nelson Lagosian said that the amount of rain that fell on Naga City within 24 hours starting early on Tuesday reached 679 mm, which was almost 7 times more than the volume of rain the city received in a month. According to the MGB, the general average rainfall per month in any given area in Bicol ranges from 100 mm to 500 mm from the summer to the rainy season. Weather specialist Joffin Balulas told the French news agency expressed that Batangas province had seen 2 months worth of rain, or 391.3 mm just on Thursday and Friday. Give me one moment. In Goncillo, Batangas, the local government reported that 9 residents died from flash floods and 6 were missing. The Calabarzon police reported that 2 died from flash flood in Cuenca town, 7 from a landslide in Laurel, 2 from fallen cities in Leon and Calaca towns. It said 1 drowned in Calatagan and another in Tanunan City, and 2 were electrocuted separately in Tanunan and Lipa City. At least 7 residents in Balete were still missing after a flash flood. Flood waters were rising so fast as early as Tuesday last week that some residents in Bicol quickly removed parts of the roofs of their home to seek shelter of the rooftops where they waited for either rescue or for the flood to subside. Officials in Naga City and the outlying provinces of Camaranesor and Albar pleaded for more rescue boats at the height of the storm to reach people trapped on the upper floors of their homes or on the roofs as flood waters rose. In the foothills of Mayon volcano in Albay, mud and other volcanic debris cascaded toward nearby towns as the storm hit, engulfing houses and cars in blood-colored mud flows. Undersecretary Ariel Nepomuceno, the OCD administrator, said most of the missing individuals were believed to have been buried in the landslides. Hopefully, we can still find the others, he said at the news forum in Quezon City on Saturday. According to police reports, of the over 40 people who died in Pandangas, 18 were killed in the landslide that hit the bridge of Sampaloc in the town of Talisay on Thursday night. Talisay Mayor Nestor Tanan1 said that as of 6 p.m. on Friday, they are still searching for an undetermined number of missing in the Sampaloc landslide. Evacuations are also ongoing to locate missing individuals and houses buried by the landslide, he said on Facebook. Police said that among the victims in the Sampaloc landslide were 5 young siblings, including a 2-month-old baby. Standing on the hillside rubble of the Sampaloc landslide, Pandagas Police Director Colonel Jacinto Malinaw Jr. said there were pockets of landslides all the way from nearby Gaday. All the water and the fallen trees, boulders and soil come down to this place, ito GMA News. Malinaw told the Associated Press in a separate interview by phone that one villager was looking for his wife and child who went missing after the landslide. With the use of a backhoe and shovels, police scrambled to search into 3 meters of mud, rocks and debris and found a part of the head and foot that apparently were those of the missing woman and child. He's simply devastated, Malinaw said of the villager, a fisherman who was tending to fish cages in the lake when the landslide struck Thursday afternoon amid torrential rains. Flash floods turned streets into rampaging rivers like in Novoleta, Cavite, where the river of the minibus told GMA News that he and his passengers escaped on Thursday from a flash flood that was like a tsunami before the vehicle slammed against a lamppost and overturned. In Laurel, a scenic town nestled near volcanic Lake Tahoe, AFP reporters saw roads blocked by felled trees, vehicles have submerged in mud, and homes severely damaged by flash flooding. We saw washing machines, cars, home equipment, roofs being swept away, Mimi Dionela 56 told AFP. We're lucky the rain happened in the morning. For sure, many would have died if it happened at night, she said. It was indescribable how scared we were. Floodwaters up to 1.5 meters high that hit some areas in the cities of Malolos and Mayguyayan and the town of Kalumpit, Obando, and Palatas in Bulacan displaced further 6 families or 1,407 individuals, according to the Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office on Friday. The OECD said 4.472 million individuals or 1.062 million families were affected by Christine, with 111,468 people still in evacuation centers across the country. Bicol accounted for most of those affected by the storm and still in government shelters. The NDRRMC said 84 cities and municipalities, mostly from Calabarzon, Bicol, and Central Luzon regions have already declared a state of calamity. About 20 typhoons enter the Philippines a year. Although not all of them make landfall, the rain clouds and strong winds still cause massive destruction and send thousands to emergency shelters. Earlier this month, 5 were killed after Typhoon Julian wreaked havoc in northern Luzon, while at least 20 died while Typhoon Enteng hit the country in September. 5 days after severe tropical storm Christine unleashed heavy rains in the Bicol region, many towns and cities, including Camarines economic center Naga City, remain flooded, hampering the delivery of urgently needed aid. In a visit to Camarines on Saturday morning, President Marcos said that compared to with other calamity areas in Laguna, Batangas, and Pampanga provinces, the water here is not moving. That's why our problem is accessibility. We have complete relief goods and equipment, but we cannot perpetuate, he said at the briefing at Naga City Hall. As of Saturday morning, the main highways from San Fernando to Milamor towns in Camarines remain under chest-deep floodwaters, forcing government responders and civic volunteers to still rely on rubber boats to reach the villages. Social Welfare Secretary Rex Cachiale said the stock of relief goods in the region was running low, and that relinquishments coming all the way from the Visayas will have to be delivered also by sea. Supplies coming for the government depot in Cebu, for example, will have to be brought first to Allen, Samar, and then to Manok Port in Sorsogon, he said. As of Saturday morning, 17 trucks were loaded with about 20,000 food products from Manila were still stuck in Malamar town, Cachilia said. Dr. Rosa Maria Rampilo, Assistant Regional Director of the Department of Health Bicol, said 3 trucks carrying medical supplies were also not moving in Milamor. At the briefing with the President, Naga City Mayor Nelson Lacacion said that aside from relief goods, more givers were needed for families still trapped in flooded houses. There were still requests for rescue operations from flooded areas with chest-deep waters, Lacacion said. Addressing evacuees at the shelter in Naga, the President said, "You can be assured that we will not forget you and we are always thinking of ways on how to help you." Before Naga, Marcos also had a look at the flooded rice fields at Barangay Calstrip, Bula, also in Camarines. As damage reports continue to pour in from across the country, the government reported that damage to farms and schools caused by severe tropical storm Christine has so far reached 4.36 billion pesos. In its bulletin posted on Saturday, the Department of Agriculture said storm losses stood at 1.69 billion pesos. 1.69 million pesos as of Saturday, surging by over 1,000% from the 143.47 million pesos in damage reported a day before. The Department of Education, on the other hand, reported damage to school infrastructure has reached 2.67 billion pesos as of Saturday, including 2.1 billion pesos for construction and 530 million pesos for repairs. Education Secretary Sonia Angara earlier said the agency has quick response funds for the repair of classrooms and school equipment. This allocation would go to the repair of a total of 683 classrooms reported to be totally damaged, while schools have their own funding for smaller repairs, Angara said. A total of 1,026 classrooms were reported to be partially damaged as of Saturday. Angara said he was deeply concerned with the number of students affected by the class suspensions, which stood at about 19.5 million. We're collating the number of missed classes and the number of those who were forced to cancel classes because we might reach a point that there are so many missed classes that we're not able to recover from anymore since typhoons are frequent, Angara noted. We have a plan for that. We're already studying how to resolve that, especially for those who are capable with internet connections, he said on Thursday on the sidelines of an artificial intelligence conference. Asked whether there will be weekend classes, Angara said in Filipino, it depends on the principals and teachers and their schedules, which just have to be flexible. The DA, on the other hand, said Christine affected 42,346 farmers in the regions of Radilla, Ilocos, Central Luzon, Calabarzon, Mimaropa, Bicol, Western and Eastern Visayas, and Sox Scotian. The volume of production loss is pegged at 108,266 metric tons, spanning 37,590 hectares of agricultural areas. As field assessments continue, further damage and losses are expected in the affected regions, the Agriculture Department added. Agriculture Assistant Secretary Arnold de Mesa said on Friday that substantial losses in rice production are expected following the typhoons and weather phenomena that have hit the archipelago so far this year. The damage to rice has already reached more than 500,000 metric tons even before the onslaught of Christine, said de Mesa, concurrently spokesperson for the DA. Despite the projected 10 to 15% increase in vegetable prices, the DA assured the public that the country has ample supply of agricultural products. So far, Christine damaged 1.61 billion pesos worth of rice, accounting for 95.50% of the overall damage. A wipe of 104,198 metric tons of rice, the majority of which are in reproductive and maturity stages. High value crops, 63.51 million pesos, corn, 8.57 million pesos, cassava, 6.55 million pesos, livestock and poultry, 3.24 million pesos, and farm structures, 3.24 million pesos, sustained losses as well. The DA is prepared to provide 531.72 million pesos worth of farm inputs, including rice, corn, and vegetable seeds, drugs, and biologics for livestock and poultry through its regional offices. It also deployed Kandiwa stores in affected areas. For its part, the National Food Authority has bags of rice stocks for distribution to affected families by local governments, the Department of Social Welfare and Development, and other relief agencies. The DA already requested an additional 1 billion pesos from the Department of Budget and Management to aid rehabilitation efforts in storm-hit areas, which it expects to be released in November. President Marcos called for new disaster mitigation efforts centered on the Bicol River Basin, as he noted how the floods caused by severe tropical storm Christine in the southern Luzon region had yet to subside delays after it struck. The floods are not receding. But that's the probable problem of the Bicol River Basin. We should really give it a lot of thought. What are we going to do in the long term, because you cannot expect any changes. The next time it rains, it will be the same situation again, so we have to find a long-term solution, Marcos said on Saturday in Camiguesor, one of the first provinces lashed by Christine, on Tuesday. In a situation briefing at Naga City Hall, Marcos said new solutions are needed as climate change worsens the frequency and intensity of extreme weather events. The president checked on the condition of the evacuees at Barangay Causip in Pulatao and had a short briefing with local officials led by Camiguesor Governor Vincenzo Renato Luigi Villaforte. Also with the President were Defense Secretary Gilbert Deodoro Jr. and Interior Secretary John V. Remula. The President also handed a 30 million pesos check to Naga City Mayor Nelson Lagacion and another 50 million pesos to acting Albay Governor Baby Gelenda Bangao. On his Facebook and Instagram pages, the President said he also gave 50 million pesos each to the provincial governments of Camarines Norte and Camiguesor. The Bicol River is the 8th largest river system in the country, with a basin area of 3,770 square kilometers. It drains into the western part of Luzon and passes through Camiguesor, Albay, and Camarines Norte. Initial data showed that Christine dumped about 2 months' worth of rainfall on Bicol in just one day. The ensuing massive floods affecting almost 2 million people in the region alone. The volume of water is too much, the existing flood control cannot handle it. We didn't have a forecast like this, so this is really climate change. This is all new. So we have to come up with also new solutions, he said. Marcos recalled that a major government initiative for the region, the Bicol River Basin Development Program, was launched in the 1970s during the presidency of his late father, Enlil Slick. Funded by the United States Agency for International Development, it was designed to mitigate chronic flooding and had other multiple components to improve the local agriculture, infrastructure, education, and healthcare services, he added. But it was discontinued when the government changed in 1986, he said, referring to the year when Ferdinand Sr. was deposed and the Marcoses were forced to leave the country by the EDSA People Power Revolution. Citing the latest calamity, Mr. Marcos said there was a need to revisit the program. According to Public Works Secretary Manuel Bonoan, the program was updated in July as the Bicol River Basin Flood Control Project. Bonoan said the project would be funded through a loan from South Korea's Sim Bank, with the civil work expected to start in 2026. The International Criminal Court may access the reports and other documents that the Senate Blue Ribbon Subcommittee would gather regarding its investigation of former President Rodrigo Duterte's brutal war on drugs, according to Senate Minority Leader Aquino Coco Pimentel III. The opposition leader has been designated chair of the Blue Ribbon panel that will be looking into Duterte's deadly drug war that resulted in the killing of at least 6,000 Filipinos. Since these are public documents, I will furnish copies to the groups that may be interested in those papers. That's my attitude, Pimentel said on Saturday, 2 days before the Senate panel opens its own inquiry. But I will prioritize the Philippines' interest. I will not volunteer the documents to the foreigners, he said in a radio interview. Pimentel said he may also seek the permission of Senate President Francis Escudero and his colleagues should the ICC request for copies of the testimonies of witnesses who will be summoned by the committee. Unless there's an instruction from Escudero or the majority of the subcommittee members not to release the documents to the ICC, I will share the papers, he added. The opposition senator said the hearing on Monday would proceed regardless of Duterte's presence and participation in the inquiry. Senator Ronald De La Rosa had earlier said that the former leader would attend the hearing after Duterte rejected the House Squad Committee's invitation for him to appear in a similar prompt. And the anti-money laundering council, in a statement on Friday, said the Philippines was on its final step to exit the grey list of Global Watchdog Financial Action Task Force. The FATF also on Friday said the Philippines subsequently completed its action plan against money laundering and terrorism financing. The conclusion came at the end of the Watchdog's October plenary, attended by delegates from over 200 countries and international organizations. Inclusion in the grey list means increased monitoring by the FATF to address deficiencies in the country's anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism financing efforts. The Philippines has been in the FATF's grey list since 2021. In a statement, the FATF said the country enacted 80 reforms including the following: risk-based supervision of designated financial businesses and professions, supervises use of anti-money laundering and counter-terrorist financing controls to mitigate risk associated with casino junkets, new registration requirements for money or value transfer services and applying sanctions to unregistered and illegal remittance operators, enhancing and streamlining law enforcement agency access to beneficial ownership information and taking steps to ensure that it is accurate and up-to-date, increase in the use of financial intelligence and an increase in money laundering investigations and prosecutions in line with risk, increase in the identification, investigation, and prosecution of terrorism financing cases, appropriate measures with respect to the non-profit organization sector, including unregistered non-profit organizations without disrupting legitimate activity, and enhancing the effectiveness of the targeted financial sections framework for both terrorism financing and pro-lification financing. AMLC confirmed that the FATF's Asia Pacific Group will be visiting the Philippines in early 2025 to verify the sustainability of the plans. This is the final step toward the country's removal from the grey list, AMLC added. According to the AMLC, failing to implement the government's action plan runs the risk of the Philippines entering FATF's blacklist, which means possible restrictions and refusal of financial transactions by other member countries. Executive Secretary Lucas Pasamin said in a statement, this milestone is a testament to the hard work and coordination across government agencies. It reflects our strong commitment to bringing the FATF's stringent standards and ensuring the long-term protection of our financial system. We are confident that this progress will be affirmed during the on-site visit, he added. Pasamin is also chairperson of the National Anti-Money Laundering, Counter-Terrorism Financing, and Counter-Proliferation Financing or Coordinating Committee. And that is the first gap of koolNews Early Edition on Hello Pilipinas. We will return with more news headlines with international and weather forecast at 8:40 later on Hello Pilipinas. It is now 8:15 in the morning, and with that, Hello Pilipinas will be right back.
Want awesome TV? You don't need 175 reasons to get it. You just need 175 in load. With Signal Load 175, you can boost your entertainment experience without breaking the bank. Enjoy 30 days of free-to-air, plus premium local and international channels like PBO and Cinemo, Cartoon Network, Nick Jr., Rock Entertainment, Tap Sports, and many more for just 175 pesos. What are you waiting for? Load through Maya or GCash and start watching today.
Sahod, hindi limo. Sweldo, hindi ayuda. Imbes nag-aabot ng barya, bigyan ng dignidad ang ating magsasaka. Samahan niyo ako at ating busugin ang mga nagpapakain sa atin.
Senador Amy Marcos para sa magsasakang Pilipino.
Hello?
Hello, Tay. Kumusta na po kayo?
Ito, okay lang kami, anak.
Namimiss ko na kayo eh.
Kami nga rin, anak. Namimiss ka na namin ng nanay mo.
Alagaan ninyo ang inyong mga sarili, ha?
Oo naman. Haba, kami pa. Eto nga, ako ngayon nagkakarpintero eh.
Ha? Pati ba naman yan? Ginagawa nyo pa?
Wala ito, anak. Nagpapapawis lang naman eh.
Tay, gusto ko pagdating ko dyan, masaya tayong lahat.
Abay, oo naman.
Oo nga pala, huwag niyong kalilimutan. Dapat araw-araw kayong mag-vitamin C, ha? Yung Mark C.
Oo naman, anak. Oo, yung Mark C.
Sige po, Tay. Bye-bye. Mag-Mark C, ha?
Okay, anak. Ingat ka dyan. Maraming salamat. Bye! Mag-Mark C araw-araw para always kang healthy. Ang Mark C ay mabibili na sa inyong mga suking tindahan, botika at drugstores dito sa inyong lugar. Ascorbic acid plus zinc is the generic name of Mark C.
Laging pagod sa trabaho at kulang sa pahinga? Ayon sa mga pag-aaral, pwede itong magsanhi ng kakulangan ng sustansya na maaaring magdulot ng alta presyon, mataas na blood sugar, pati paghina ng resistensya. Makakatulong ang pag-inom ng Centrum Advance araw-araw, kasabay ng tamang pagkain at exercise. Ang Centrum Advance ay complete from A to Z, tulong sa malusog na puso, normal blood pressure at blood sugar. Tulong din para sa energy at resistensya. Simula edad 20 pataas, alagaan ang katawan, kasama ang Centrum Advance. This has been Medifacts for Centrum. Multivitamins plus minerals is the generic name of Centrum Advance. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Nice shot, Dad! Thanks, Donnie. It's hard to be the fun dad kapag malabong mata. Kaya I visit EO Executive Optical for expert eye care and state-of-the-art facilities. Kasi pag mahal mo, aalagaan mo. So if you love your eyes, visit EO Executive Optical.
Mas matindi na ang init at ulan ngayon, kaya dapat Elastosil na with Solastomer 3X formula. UV resistant, puno na flexible premium polymers. Matibay, 3 times na tumatagal versus competing brand. Tag-init o tag-ulan, Elastosil mo yan. Pioneer, do it right.
Life refreshingly sweet with San Miguel flavored beer. Minsan sabaw na, feeling. Call someone sweet and refreshing. Life refreshingly sweet with San Miguel flavored beer. Oh, let's bang. Araw at ang feeling ay sad. We don't like that. With your friends you can refresh, so enjoy lahat. We all like that.
Maria's here. Make life refreshingly sweet with San Miguel flavored beer. Available in apple, lemon, and lychee. Drink responsibly.
Protection.
Yakult.
With proper diet and exercise.
Yakult.
Helps gut health.
Yakult.
May 8 billion live LCS.
Yakult.
That may reach the intestines alive.
Yakult.
Helps improve digestion.
Yakult.
Helps balance out bacteria.
Yakult.
And helps boost immunity.
Yakult. Kaya panalo ka tiyan.
Coco Martin po, certified Argentina corned beef lover. Kasi naman, ang hibla, malaman. Made with 100% real beef pa. At masarap talaga. Hinahanap-hanap kita. Sarap ng Argentina. Sa
Presyong abot kaya. Promise. Busog ang araw-araw ko. As part of 3 complete meals.
Mga kumares! Dimples Romana po! In-mega mackerel na! Malinam na! Mega mackerel! Malaman pa! Mega mackerel! Maraming ways para igulam araw-araw! I-mega mackerel na! Gusto ko sinigang! Mega mackerel! Sarsyado o adobo! Mega mackerel! Maraming ways para igulam araw-araw! I-mega mackerel na! I-mega mackerel na!
Mama, daming time sa lahat ng gusto nyo. Mama, daming time. Champion detergent ang gamit ko. Champion na!
Sa Champion Quick Wash Technology, less time sa lamada, more time sa pamilya.
Hindi birong maging isang ina. Dapat hands-on ka sa maraming bagay, lalo na sa mga iniinom na gamot. Dapat ready ka. Kaya kapag may sakit sa pamilya ko, gaya ng sakit ng ulo, sakit sa katawan na may kasamang lagnat dulot ng sipon, allergic rhinitis o sinusitis, Simdex D ang ipinapainom ko. Gamot laban sa sintomas ng trangkaso. Simdex D is available in Mercury Drug Stores and other drug stores near you. Phenylpropanolol and hydrochloride-chlorpinamide malate paracetamol is the generic name of Simdex D. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Also available Simdex D Syrup for kids and Simdex D Forte for adults.
Masarap ang hanap! Royal! Ito ang gusto ko! Gusto ko! Gusto namin to! Ito ang gusto ko! Masarap! Ito ang gusto ko! Royal! Ito ang gusto ko! Orange! Ito ang gusto ko! Royal! Ito ang gusto ko!
Get PLDT Home on the All for a chance to win 1 million pesos. See website for details. Promo runs from August 1 to October 31, 2024. For DTI FTEB number 199284, series of 2024. Get PLDT Home on the All for a chance to win 1 million pesos. See website for details. Promo runs from August 1 to October 31, 2024. For DTI FTEB number 199284, series of 2024.
Hirap magpahinga? May mga gamot para dyan. Pero, relax. Mag-efficacent oil. Sa unang amoy at hagod, ramdam ang ginhawa na trusted by all. Unahin ang trusted ginhawa. Unahin ang efficacent.
Methyl salicylate plus menthol plus camphor is a generic name of efficacent oil. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Ay, bakit kaya may sakit na naman siya?
Mga kababayan, ang pagbabakuna ay subok, epektibo at ligtas na proteksyon na ating katawan laban sa mga sakit. Simula sa ika-7 ng Oktubre, sa pagtutulungan ng Department of Health at ng Department of Education, maaari nang makapagbakuna ng libre sa mga pampublikong paaralan. Sa isang bagong Pilipinas, bawat buhay mahalaga.
It's 8:23 in the morning, and if you have just joined us to start your Sunday morning with us, a well, good morning to everyone. And with this is Hello Pilipinas. My name is Cairo, and we will be here up to 9 o'clock to show you the entertainment happenings and the good vibes as well. All right, so now since we are done with the lifestyle in the previous hour of Hello Pilipinas, let's get into the Hollywood. Let's get into the entertainment side here. And in fact, since the showbiz happenings is kind of slow, we will be moving right away to the Hollywood, which is variety and anime through Anime News Network. But before that, now let's get into variety for the latest Hollywood happenings. Okay, let's begin with the first Hollywood headlines and what's happening in the Hollywood industry. Well, Van Damme The Last Dance is two-stepping slower than its series predecessors in North America. Oof! After showing down on $22 million from 4,131 domestic theaters across Friday and previews. That's below the first day debuts of both the first Van Damme in 2018 with $32 million and its 2021 sequel, Let There Be Carnage, with $37 million. It also puts Columbia Pictures trilogy Copper on pace to land behind its projections, which had forecast an opening weekend in the neighborhood of $65 million. That's a definite downtrend for the franchise stateside, though The Last Dance, co-financed by DSG, is still tracking for the biggest domestic weekend, or I should say domestic opening weekend, since Beetlejuice dominated in September. Sony is counting on international markets to boost their fortunes as they have for previous Phantom entries. The current expectation is that the Parasite body comedy will slightly outperform the global opening of Let There Be Carnage. Both prior Phantom films were killers overseas, with the original napping a massive $642 million outside of North America. And even at the fraction of that, the second entry still hit $293 million overseas. The Last Dance has a leaner production budget than most superhero tentpoles at $120 million, but it will look for similar sustained turnout from international audience to prove a worldwide investment. Reviews have been poor, though that hasn't proven to be an obstacle for the Phantom series before. But fans are much less enthusiastic this time around, as indicated by the B- grade from audience survey from Cinema Score. Both prior Phantom entries were received more warmly, each with a B+. Outside of outliers like Disney's mega blockbuster Deadpool and Wolverine this summer, most recent comic book adaptations have had trouble drawing the massive audience that the genre pulled in prior years. Sony already suffered a superhero bomb this year with Madame Web, another Spider-Man spin-off that barely inched past $100 million globally. While Van Damme star Tom Hardy has floated the prospect of more sympathetic stories to tell, it's entirely plausible that The Last Dance could end up being the Marvel's anti-hero's last outing for some time, especially if a box office returns fall short of previous entries. Kelly Marcel, who wrote both previous Phantom entries, tapped into the director's Triskull, which sees Hardy return as a hardcore journalist Eddie Brock, and also reprising the voice role of the eponymous Gully alien. He is joined by a crew of franchise newcomers, including Juno Temple, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Reyes Evans, Peggy Lou, Alana Butch, and Crystal Fernandez. Stephen Graham returns after featuring in Phantom 2. Contending for third place in its opening, Focus Features is going wide with its pop-out thriller Consolive after earning strong reviews at the Telluride and Toronto Film Festivals. Directed by Edward Berger, whose last effort albeit on the Western Front was a technical awards juggernaut at the Oscars, the Vatican set feature earned $2.5 million from 1,753 theaters on its opening day. Notably, the film drew older audiences in its opening day, with early access indicating that 77% of ticket buyers were 25 years and older, and not a B+ on Cinema Score. Conslip is hoping for sustained play closer by awards buzz, particularly for stars Ralph Fiennes and Isabella Rossellini. Paramount's Smile 2 was slide to second place after opening on top last weekend. The horror film is projecting $10.3 million for its sophomore outing, which would mark a 55% fall. It always seemed far-fetched that the sequel could replicate the mystical 18% drop that the first Smile posted on its way to a triumphant worth of non-finished above $100 million domestic. Even so, at a slim production budget of $28 million, Small Toon is positioned well enough as it crosses $40 million through Sunday. The robot is still hanging in the top 5, projecting $6.2 million for its 5th weekend of release. The DreamWorks animation feature looks to cross $110 million through Sunday. The Universal release will soon pass off If or Imaginary Friends $111 million and Ghostbusters Frozen Empire with $113 million to become the 13th highest grossing domestic release of the year. A24's We Live in Time sold roughly $1.83 million on Friday as the tearjerker adds nearly 2,000 locations in its second expansion. Rivals are projecting a $5 million weekend for the Florence Puff and Andrew Garfield two-hander, which will be up 20% from last weekend. The film will surpass $10 million in North America on Saturday. Terrifier 3 looks to sell into roughly $4.5 million, a 51% drop in its third weekend of release. Cineverse indie horror Trump should surpass $44 million through Sunday, triple the combined grosses of both Terrifier and Terrifier 2, with more sales to come. The hit Real Housewives franchise is coming to London next year. The Real Housewives of London will mark the first original series from Hey, NBC Universal's all-reality SVOD service, and it's set to be produced by Monkey, the company behind the ironic British reality series Made in Chelsea. The show is targeting a late 2025 premiere and will air exclusively on Hey. The announcement was delivered on Saturday night after Real Housewives host and executive producer Andy Cohen's panel at the first ever Hey Fight Fest in London. The sold-out event also featured panels with Real Housewives cast members Lisa Barlow, Sultan Stracke, Jessel Tank, and Ashley Derby. Casting is currently underway for The Real Housewives of London, with start of production eye for first quarter of 2025. Tonight's announcement of The Real Housewives of London is Hey You's first ever commission of an original series and yet another key milestone in the growth story of our all-reality streaming service, said Hendrik McDermott, managing director of Hey You and EMEA Networks and international director of at NBC Universal. It makes sense that such an ironic location in the UK, a core Hey market, will feature into our strategy to further amplify our offering with original content that super serves royal fans. We look forward to being the exclusive home of this latest installment in the widely popular The Real Housewives franchise. Added Helen Fuker-Bratt, managing director of Monkey, we are delighted to bring fast The Real Housewives of London thanks to the new UK commission with Hey You. Hey You is the ideal destination for this well-loved reality series and will give audience direct access to all the dramas of this new set of British housewives. This is the 30th international iteration of the ironic housewives format. It's safe to say the audience will not be disappointed. Previous international iterations of the Real Housewives franchise include Athens, Culver, Melbourne, Budapest, Amsterdam, Johannesburg, Rome, Lagos, Munich, and more. The longest running international format has been the Real Housewives of Cheshire, focused on the lives of women in the English county, which has aired for 17 seasons. And the streaming platforms of European broadcasters are outgunning the global streamers when it comes to depth of content, research ancient Glenn's reported in Canada's during TV market MIPCOM this week. Everyone is a streamer, even the broadcasters. Frederick Volper, Senior Vice President and Glenn's, told Variety in a cafe in the River Rock Resort, referring to a process he calls platformization. Broadcasters now act as streamers and streamers start to act also as broadcasters, he said, mentioning how streamers were including live events such as concerts and sport matches and entertainment shows such as quiz and talent shows in the plentiful buffet of content. The streaming platforms of the broadcasters have moved from being only catch-up services to 360-degree content providers, with television shows, live station shows, podcasts, and even digital versions of print publications, including on the platforms, he said, citing the example of Alveo, the streaming platform of Belgian broadcaster RTBF. The business models may vary, of course. Some have no advertising, some have advertising, and others have a subscription tier, such as ARD, whose subscription tier costs €4.99 a month. This is a way for the German public broadcaster to monetize popular shows such as crime drama, Torture. A strength of the platforms of the public broadcasters is the fact that you have access to a very deep catalog, 12%. Looking at the first half of this year compared with the same period in 2023, in the UK, BBC streaming platform the iPlayer had 10,000 shows viewed per day, up 2.5 times in 2 years, compared with Netflix with 4,800, Prime Video with 2,400, and Disney Plus with 900. The BBC broadcast channels reported 1,000 shows aired a day, up 0.8 times in 2 years. The broadcasters' platforms are attracting a slightly younger audience than their linear services. The average age of ITV's linear service is 59 years old, while for VOD service, ITVX is 51. But the gap is narrowing. ITVX average age has risen 4 years since 2023, while the average age of viewers in the linear service remains constant. Western Europe continues to see declines in the consumption of linear television. In UK, each person watched on average 2 hours and 20 minutes of linear TV a day, down 4 minutes on a year earlier. All other Western European countries are now below 3 hours a day, except Italy, where it is 3 hours and 35 minutes, more or less the same as last year. And that's the Hollywood happenings right here. And now let's get into the anime. Alright, here's the first anime headline. Bandai Namco Filmworks revealed the theme song artist on Saturday for the television anime adaptation of I Left My A-Rank Party to Help My Former Students Reach the Dungeon Depths light novel series. Kazuma Kawamura from the J-pop group The Rampage from Exile Trippin will perform the theme song Enter under the solo name Ray. The song will mark Ray's debut as a solo artist. Yuki Tanaka will perform the ending theme song, Treasure Chest. The anime will premiere in January 2025 on 30 channels in NTV's network in Japan, and it will run for 2 consecutive quarters of the year. The official X or Twitter account for Shinchosha's Comic Bankai manga magazine revealed on Friday that Goro Ogaki will launch a new manga titled Shogun's Gold in America in the web magazine on November 1. To celebrate, Ogaki's previous manga Crazy Food Truck will be available for free from November 1 to 8. Ogaki posted an image for the manga on their X Twitter account on Friday. The manga's editor stated on X Twitter that the manga will be about a middle-aged man who goes to America to look for the famed buried treasure of the Tokugawa shogunate. Comic Bankai added the manga will take place in the Keiho era during the reign of Tokugawa Yoshimin. During this time, public finances were in decline, and the shogunate turned to trying to find the hidden treasure of Tokugawa Ieyasu to solve the issue. A man who is a shinobi goes to America to search for it in order to save Japan. And US light novel and comic publishing company J Novel Club announced on Friday during the MCM London Comic Con event a new Boys Love imprint 9. New series are slated to launch with the new imprint in early 2025. And that is the anime happenings right here on Hello Pilipinas. And it's now 8:40. We will get back into news headlines with the international headlines and our forecast provided by Pagasa. So stick around, we will be right back.
I think we really need to buy a chest freezer for the meat ng samgyup business natin.
Oo nga eh. Pero ano bang magandang chest freezer na bilhin?
Syempre naman, Dowell. Sa Dowell Inverter Chest Freezer, meron na siyang dual function. Chiller and freezer at the same time. Tapos inverter pa, kaya matipid sa kuryente. Son ka pa?
Talagang pang your business edge ang Dowell, no? Tara G, let's buy one from the nearest store.
Get your Dowell Inverter Chest Freezer in stores near you.
And join the switch to Dowell Inverter Series.
Dowell, Dowell, Dowell.
This is Mikael Daez.
And this is Megan Young for
Dowell, bring goodness to life.
Nananakit ang katawan? Hindi dapat tinitiis yan. Ipinakikilala. OL Scent Oil Liniment.
OL Scent Oil Liniment para sa rayuma.
OL Scent
Para sa muscle pains.
OL Scent
Para sa sakit ng ulo.
OL Scent para sa stomachache, stiffness, cramps, sprains at minor skin disorders. May bagong kasangga tayo. OL Scent Oil Liniment. May tamang bango. May hagot at tamang init na kumakapit. Protektado ka sa bawat pananakit. OL Scent Oil Liniment. Always feel well, basta naka-OL. Methyl salicylate plus menthol and eucalyptus is the generic name of OL Scent Oil Liniment. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor. Mabibili na sa mga suking grocery at butika malapit sa inyong lugar.
Hard to pronounce, but easy to transact.
Ay, padala ko na lang sa sa Loliler.
Nahihirapan ka rin bang bigkasin ang brand name ng M. Lulier? English speakers commonly pronounce it as Lulier. But for Filipinos, mas madaling ibigkas ang Luilier. Pwede rin gamitin ang initials na ML, which stands for M. Lulier. Pero kahit anong pronunciation pa man yan, lahat pwede. Sa M. Lulier, mahirap man bigkasin, mabilis at madali naman ang bawat transaksyon. Walang cheche-boreche.
Basta para sa anak ko, ito todo buhos ang nutrisyon.
Dahil ngayon, ang Birch Tree Fortified may tripleng tulong sa kalusugan niya. Helps with immunity, bone health, at brain function with a balanced diet and healthy lifestyle for those aged 3 and above.
Yan ang Lakas Depensa Plus Support Nutrients.
Araw-gabi tayong dalawa.
With Birch Tree Fortified.
Support nutrients refer to vitamins A and C for immunity, calcium and phosphorus for bone health, and zinc for brain function.
Bye, buhag-haggard hair! Hello, Cream Silk Vitamin Boost! Pinalaki with 30% more versus 10 ml Unilever sachet for all day no buhag-hag. Kaysa non-conditioning shampoo and with regular use for up to 24 hours. Mag-Cream Silk Vitamin Boost every day!
Uy, ano raw yun? Kaya raw nilang ayusin yung PhilHealth registration mo? Pero may bayad? Nako, huwag kang maniwala dyan. Fixer yan. Hindi ka sigurado dyan. Huwag magpapaloko sa Fixer. Huwag basta ipagkatiwala ang personal mong impormasyon. Makipag-transact sa pinakamalapit na PhilHealth office para sa registration, updating, at pagbabayad ng inyong contributions. Bumisita sa www.philhealth.gov.ph para hindi mabiktima ng scammer.
Hey you. Yeah you. I know what you're thinking. You're craving something more. Something beyond the ordinary. Something wild. You want to explore. You want to connect. You want to feel truly alive. And you know what? You deserve it. So awaken that side of you. The side that longs for adventure. For the thrill of the unknown. Go ahead. Embrace the moment. Premier condoms. Wild because you can.
Ang galing! Pang matagalan!
Parang tayo lang, Han, no? Everest Appliances.
Babe, ano ever best decision mo in life?
Siyempre, building a home with you. Everest Appliances. Health, wellness, energy saving. Ever best from Everest.
Dati, wala pang aray sa likod! At dati, wala pang aray sa kasukasuan! Paulit-ulit ang pain? Mag-Skelan!
Sa Skelan, ang daling gumalaw. Long-lasting bisa buong araw. Tuloy-tuloy ang ginhawa ko. Pag-aray dapat Skelan.
Unilab yan. Para sa babalik-balik nga sakit, Skelan!
Up to 12 hours relief. Naproxen sodium is the generic name of Skelan. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Ikaw ba ay pagod, walang gana, matamlay, nawala ng lakas? Subukan mo na si MG Plus. Sa MG Plus, tatayo ka, babangon pa. MG Plus is good for high blood, diabetes, impotency, stress, anxiety, high cholesterol, insomnia, gallstone, kidney stone, rheuma, arthritis, problema sa pagbawas, o galuyang kalawasan. Mag-MG Plus na! MG Plus Herbal Drinks.
Ang MG Plus Herbal Drinks ay available sa mga botika at mga piling supermarket. No approved therapeutic claims.
Live from Cool Studios, this is koolNews Early Edition.
It's 8:46 in the morning, and we will now continue with the news headlines on koolNews Early Edition. Michelle Obama delivered a searing denunciation of Donald Trump on Saturday in Michigan and challenged voters to support Kamala Harris as the United States' first female president. By every measure, she has never stated that she's ready. Before her First Lady said, "The real question is, as a country, are we ready for this moment?" It was Obama's first appearance on the campaign trail since she spoke at the Democratic National Convention in Chicago over the summer, and her remarks were forceful and passionate, even vulnerable. She said, "Fears for the country and struggles to understand why the presidential race remains close. I lay awake at night wondering what in the world is going on," she said. Her voice vibrated with emotion. Obama warned that Trump's potential return to the White House would undermine women's health and reproductive freedom. "I'm asking you all from the core of my being to take our lives seriously," she said. The rally in Kalamazoo followed Harris' visit to a local doctor's office in Fort Gage to talk with healthcare providers and medical students about the impact of abortion restrictions. One of those said they have patients visiting from other parts of the country where there are strict limitations on abortion, and another says she's worried that people won't want to practice in important areas of medicine because of fears about government intrusion. "We are looking at a healthcare crisis in America that is affecting people of every background and gender," Harris told reporters before visiting the doctor's office. Meanwhile, President Joe Biden went to a union hall in Bates Road to promote Harris' support for organized labor, telling the audience to follow your gut and do what's right. Harris appeared with Beyonce on Friday in Houston, and she campaigned with former President Barack Obama and Bruce Springsteen on Thursday in Atlanta. It's a level of celebrity clout that surpasses anything but that Donald Trump, the Republican nominee, has been able to marshal this year. But there's no guarantee that will help Harris in the close race for the White House. In 2016, Hillary Clinton lost to Trump despite firing up her crowds with musical performance and Democratic allies. Trump brushed off Harris' attempt to harness star power for her campaign. Kalama is at a tennis party with Beyonce, the former president said Friday in Transfer City, Michigan. Trump, the Republican nominee for president, is scheduled to hold a rally in Novi, a suburb of Detroit, on Saturday before a later event in State College, Pennsylvania. Saturday is the first day that early in-person voting became available across Michigan. More than 1.4 million ballots have already been submitted, representing 20% of registered voters. When Clinton was running against Trump, Michelle Obama inspired Democrats with the slogan, "When they go low, we go high." But this year, at the Democratic National Convention in Chicago, she adopted a more biting approach. She accused Trump of doubling down on ugly, mystic, racist lies as a substitute for real ideas and solutions that will actually make people's lives better. At the campaign event in Bates Road, Biden spoke with the Laborers International Union of North America. He mentioned that Harris wants to walk a picket line with the United Auto Workers. She has a backbone like a ramrod, while Trump has undermined organized labor. He views unions as getting in the way of the accumulation of wealth for individuals, Biden said. It's in labor's interest to defeat Donald Trump more than any race you have been in. Biden's remarks to the mostly male audience referred to the gender divide that has been a consistent feature of this year's presidential race. Speaking of Trump, Biden said, "I'm just gonna say straight up, he's a loser as a man." He also said that women deserve more opportunities than they have received in the past. They can do anything that any man can do, including be President of the United States of America, Biden said. And a bus tipped over in central Mexico after colliding with a trailer that detached from a truck transporting corn, killing 24 people and injuring 5, Mexican authorities said Saturday. The crash happened at midnight Friday when the bus was leaving Tepic in the western Mexico state of Nayarit, bound for Ciudad Juarez in northern Mexico. The injured were being treated at the hospital in Zacatecas. Juan Mariquez Mariano, coordinator of the National Guard in Zacatecas, said in a video statement shared on social media that the truck trailer detached on the highway. The passenger bus collided with the trailer and tipped on its right side. Rodrigo Reyes Muguruza, Secretary General of the government in Zacatecas, also shared a statement from the scene of the accident. "We send our solidarity and condolences to all the families and people who have lost a loved one in this unfortunate accident," he said. He added that the highway where the crash happened was closed as official security area. Authorities say they will still release the name of the injured for families to locate them. And that's the international headlines on koolNews. We will now get into the weather forecast to tell us more about the latest weather updates along with the upcoming typhoons. Here it is, the weather forecast provided by Pagasa.
Magandang umaga sa ating lahat. Narito ang update ukol sa minomonitor natin na weather disturbance na si Tropical Storm Leon. Napanatili pa rin ni Bagyong Leon yung lakas nito habang binabaybay pa rin yung karagatan, silangan ng Luzon at huli itong namataan sa layong 1,195 kilometers east ng Central Luzon. Taglay pa rin ito yung lakas ng hangin na 65 kilometers per hour malapit sa sentro at bugso ng hangin na umaabot sa 80 kilometers per hour. Ito'y kumikilos pakanluran sa bilis na 20 kilometers per hour at sa kasalukuyan ay wala pa rin itong direct effect sa anumang bahagi ng ating bansa. Samantala, si dating Bagyong Christine naman, ating minomonitor ay nasa labas na po ng ating monitoring region at kung ito man po ay magbago ng track or ito po ay bumalik patungo sa loob ng ating area of responsibility, ay muli po tayong mag-monitor at mag-update ukol sa weather disturbance na ito. Samantala, yung southwesterly wind flow naman po na trigger ni Bagyong Christine and also sa kasalukuyan ay nai-influence ni Bagyong Leon, yung nakakaapekto po at nagdudulot ng mataas na tsansa ng mga pag-ulan dito sa may kanlurang bahagi ng Southern Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. So pag-iingat po para sa ating mga kababayan dyan sa posibilidad ng mga pagbaha at pagguho ng lupa. At ayon nga po sa ating latest forecast track analysis ni Bagyong Leon, patuloy po itong kikilos pakanluran hanggang bukas ng madaling araw bago po ito kumilos pa west-northwestward by tomorrow hanggang sa Tuesday early morning. And then nakita po natin na magsisimula na po itong mag-recurve at kikilos pa northwestward to north-northwestward. Throughout po yan ng forecast period at posible po itong maglandfall dito sa may area ng Ryukyu Islands by Friday early morning. At mananatili nga pong malayo itong sentro ni Bagyong Leon dito sa ating kalupaan or sa anumang bahagi ng ating kalupaan. Ngunit mapapansin po natin dito sa ating forecast track na by Tuesday onwards is magiging mas malapit po ito dito sa may silangan ng extreme northern Luzon kung saan by this time, yung outer rain bands po ni Bagyong Leon is posible pong mahagip at magdulot ng mga malalakas na hangin and also ng mga pag-ulan dito sa area ng extreme northern Luzon, maging sa ilang bahagi pa ng northern Luzon sa mga susunod na araw. And also, Hindi rin po natin inaalis yung possibility na sa mga susunod na araw is maging mas pakanluran pa po yung pagkilos ni Bagyong Leon. At kapag nga po naging mas pakanluran yung pagkilos nito is magiging mas malaki po yung area na mahahagip ng mga outer rain bands po nito. So continuous monitoring tayo at patuloy po na magantabay sa updates na ipapalabas ng Pag-asa. Samantala, nakikita din po natin na mag-i-intensify pa itong si Bagyong Leon into a severe tropical storm by tomorrow early morning, and nakikita din po natin yung possibility na magkaroon po ito ng period ng rapid intensification by tomorrow until Wednesday, kung saan posible po nitong ma-reach naman yung typhoon category by Monday evening or Tuesday early morning. At sa kasalukuyan po, wala tayong nakataas na wind signal sa anumang bahagi ng ating bansa. Ngunit habang kumikilos nga pakanluran itong si Bagyong Leon sa karagatan, is posible po tayong magtaas na ng wind signal number 1 dito sa may portions ng Cagayan Valley, maging sa northeastern portion din ng Bicol region mamayang gabi. And ang nakikita po natin na highest wind signal na maaari po nating itaas during sa paglagi po ni Bagyong Leon sa loob ng PAR ay wind signal number 2. At bukod po dito is ngayong araw po makakaranas po ng bugso ng mga malalakas na hangin itong area ng Catanduanes, Northern Samar, Eastern Samar at Dinagat Islands. And by tomorrow po and by Tuesday is mas malaking area na po ng Southern Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao yung makakaranas po ng bugso ng mga malalakas na hangin na dulot ni Bagyong Leon. Samantala, para naman po sa mga malalakas na pag-ulan, sa atin pong latest analysis, wala po tayo nakikita or unlikely po na magdudulot si Bagyong Leon ng mga malakas na pag-ulan sa anumang bahagi ng ating bansa. Ngunit gaya po ng nabanggit natin kanina, kapag po naging mas malapit po yung track or yung mas naging pakanluran po yung pagkilos ni Bagyong Leon, and also kapag naging mas malapit po ito by Tuesday onwards dito sa silangan ng extreme northern Luzon, is yung outer rain bands po nito yung magdudulot ng mga pag-ulan sa area ng extreme northern Luzon maging sa ilang parte pa po ng northern Luzon. And also, patuloy din pong ini-influence ni Bagyong Leon itong southwesterly wind flow, kung saan ito pong southwesterly wind flow yung nadudulot naman ng mga pag-ulan sa western sections ng southern Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao ngayong araw po maging sa mga susunod pang araw. Samantala, para naman po sa lagay ng dagat baybayin ng ating bansa, sa paglapit pa po ni Bagyong Leon dito sa ating Philippine landmass ay nakikita po natin na magdudulot ito ng katamtaman hanggang sa maalon na lagay ng karagatan sa northern at eastern seaboards ng Luzon maging sa eastern seaboard ng Visayas. At sa kasalukuyan po, wala po tayong nakataas na gale warning, ngunit maalon pa rin po yung lagay ng ating karagatan dito sa may western seaboard ng Luzon. So pag-iingat po para sa ating mga kababayan. At para naman po sa magiging lagay ng panahon ngayong araw ng linggo, sa buong bahagi po ng Luzon, kasama na po dyan yung Metro Manila, maliban po sa area ng Occidental Mindoro at Palawan, makakaranas po tayo ngayong araw ng bahagyang maulap hanggang sa maulap na kalangitan. Meron po tayong mararanasan lamang ng mga isolated na mga pagulan, dulot po ng mga localized thunderstorms. Yung mga regional offices po natin, nagpapalabas din ng mga thunderstorm advisories or mga babala ukol sa mga pagulan nito. Agwat ang temperatura sa Metro Manila ay mula 24 to 31 degrees Celsius. Samantala, sa bahagi naman po ng Palawan, Visayas at Mindanao, makakaranas po tayong ng mataas na tsansa ng mga pag-ulan dito sa may Palawan, Occidental Mindoro, sa Western Visayas, Negros Island region, maging sa bahagi din po ng Zamboanga Peninsula at Barb. Dulot po ito ng southwesterly wind flow na nai-influence po ni Bagyong Leon. So pag-iingat po para sa ating mga kababayan dyan sa posibilidad ng mga pagbaha at pagguho ng lupa. Samantala, sa nalalabing bahagi naman po ng Visayas at Mindanao ay meron tayong mararanasan lamang ng mga isolated na mga pag-ulan, dulot pa rin ng mga localized thunderstorms. Agwat ng temperatura sa Cebu ay mula 25 to 32 degrees Celsius at sa Davao naman ay 25 to 34 degrees Celsius. Patuloy po tayo magantabay sa updates na ipapalabas ng Pag-asa, at para sa mas kompletong impormasyon, bisitahin ang aming website pag-asa.dost.gov.ph. At yan po muna ang latest dito sa Weather Forecasting Center ng Pag-asa. Grace Castañeda, magandang umaga po.
Thank you very much, and that is it for the Cool News Early Edition on Hello Pilipinas. We will return to Hello Pilipinas shortly, and we will return with more news headlines later with Cool News at noon. Till then, now let's return to Hello Pilipinas. And now, as we are about to wrap up, here is the quote of the day. There's a difference between a philosophy and a bumper sticker. That's from Charles M. Gussie. And ladies and gentlemen, that is it for Hello Pilipinas this morning. Thank you very much for joining us to start your Sunday mornings with us. We will be back again next week from 7 to 9, same time, same stations. Until next time, I'm Cairo. Good morning and hello Pilipinas. We will see you next week. Goodbye for now.